Okay, that's a problem.
The big question for us at this point is when can we move in? We want to move in as soon as possible, but there's a couple things that we have to get done before we can move in. The biggest deal probably is dealing with the pet dander that's in the house. And so we're painting all the different surfaces, the ceilings, the floors, and all the walls with a primer that's made specifically for that kind of thing. And so once that gets done, then we're able to move in. But also we want a sink and basically a bathroom, and then we also need kind of a makeshift kitchen. So those are the things that we've been working on, and once we get those into place, we'll get our pod back from the pod company and start unpacking it into our house.
Here I am doing the last little bit of painting in the house. Got the ceiling going. As I'm about to paint the mustard wall, I decided to write a little message on the wall to my wife just to have fun. And then she did get to see it before I decided to finish the project and be done with painting and cover up the message. This is the door project. I'm taking out the door frame, and everything at this point. Now, I was very surprised how quickly and easily the door came apart. Things were not really nailed together. The boards that were really like the door itself were not even nailed in at all. They just came clean out. I kind of made a little video at the end of this, just you'll see my little bit of a surprise here and how that went. I am really surprised. I took this door off, and this is the board right here that had the hinges for the door, and there is no connection between this board that has the hinges for the door and the wall. It was just sitting there. So once I took off the other boards, that board just fell down. I'm kind of stunned. I thought.
So this right here is the sink that I put in, and this is in our garage. The intention of putting the sink here is so that we have a place where we can kind of have a kitchen of sorts. Now, unfortunately, whenever I put the sink in, I kind of broke the plumbing. We do have a problem with the plumbing where the water pressure is around 140 psi, something like that. And what we need to do is to, I need to get that fixed. But the problem is I'm going to be redoing all the plumbing in the house anyway. And so I was hoping to kind of get by with that. So what I'm going to do is try to just kind of cap off the water that is leaking. And we'll see if we can limp along until we can get that fixed.
I think this has to be the most fun I had all week when I gave a small hammer to my grandson and gave him a wall to start banging on. He did it almost the entire day. At 4 o'clock we had to kind of shut it down and say we were done hitting the wall, but I was kind of surprised when I came in around the corner one time and he was using the crowbar to pull out nails. Okay, well, everything's been painted. We've got all the bedrooms, everything. We have a nice big white room, ceilings, floors, everything's been covered with this primer paint, and it actually does a great job. So I feel like from the the pet dander stuff, I think we've got it licked. We're in really good shape. So we just gotta, I think the next thing that we have to deal with is gonna be the vents in the crawl space. The vents had kind of fallen down in some places, so we're gotta get those back up. And then once the vents are in good shape, then we'll get them cleaned, and then it'll be time for the pod. That's what we got this week. This is how it looks now. So we'll see what we can get done until next week.